Takata was having problems when their airbags exploded.
What if your car's airbag is not keeping you safer, but is actually doing just the opposite? And what do you do? Well, that's what we're going to ask the lawyer today. Hi, I'm Rob Rosenthal with AskTheLawyers.com. My guest is attorney Stewart Eisenberg of the Philadelphia firm of Eisenberg Rothweiler. Stewart, thank you for making some time to answer our questions today.
Thank you, Rob, for having me.
Seems like we've been hearing about airbags and the issues for years now. Have we not sorted all this out yet?
Well, I thought we did too, but it appears that we have a new problem on the airbag issue, and that's Takata again is having a problem with their airbags.
So what's the problem?
You might remember that they had a problem back in 2013 with their airbags, and that goes back about 7 years ago.
Right.
And Takata was having problems when their airbags exploded. Their igniter would overheat, and an igniter is used to propel the airbag into the driver or the passenger when there's a collision. So this would the propellant would overheat and cause the igniter to either come out too quickly or to explode, and that's what we heard about for the last 5 to 7 years, that these airbags were exploding and hurting and killing people. So we thought that problem was in the past, but apparently it's not.
How so? What there was a recall? Is it because not everybody got the recall done? Is this new products? Catch me up.
This is a new issue, a new problem with the airbags. Takata again, and many of the same vehicles are involved. Lots of Hondas, lots of BMWs, lots of Toyotas, Isuzus, Audi, and Mitsubishi. So this time, the airbags again have a problem with their repellent, but this time the airbag either comes out too fast or not fast enough. So if an airbag comes out too fast, you can get injured by too much pressure, and if it comes out too slowly, it won't do the job that it's designed to do. So they've just recently recalled 10 million vehicles that have these airbags in them, and we have another Takata problem on our hands.
And are we seeing, Stewart, have there been linked to injuries and or deaths, this new problem?
Yes, there's been problems, and Rob, usually when a product is recalled, it's a result of many injuries and many deaths. We don't know how many so far, but a number have been reported to NHTSA, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, and they have issued a recall. Well, they've made Takata issue a recall, and that's where we stand right now. I can give you an example, Rob, of a case we're handling right now for a young woman in Pittsburgh where the airbag didn't go off. That's another design flaw where it doesn't go off at all when it should, and she's now in a wheelchair for the rest of her life. So we've been dealing with airbags for a long time, and we've heard about Takata, but there are also many others that have problems, and your listeners and viewers really should be aware of that.
And so is there litigation, I'm guessing, involved in this, Stewart? Is it still just individual cases? What are we looking at?
Well, yes, it's still just individual cases. The kind of cases that we handle and that we see with the airbags involve individual lawsuits. Now, Takata went bankrupt, and they're out of bankruptcy now, but they went into bankruptcy, and they thought that they were dealing with all the problems in the bankruptcy court, but now they're not. They have new problems, and it's going to be an issue for a long time. But we handle individual cases, and people who are injured in a car crash where an airbag doesn't go off, or perhaps it goes off too quickly or not quickly enough, need to go see a lawyer immediately.
So what if someone is thinking that I fit that scenario, but I'm not sure I can afford your firm to help me in this kind of situation?
Well, that's the beauty of hiring an injury lawyer that deals with people who are seriously injured or killed in car crashes. That's because our firm and firms like ours don't charge money up front and don't charge hourly for our services. We work on what's called a contingency fee agreement. That means that we don't get paid until the end of the case when we recover money for our clients. And if we don't recover money, for whatever reason, the client is not obligated to pay us any fees. So our fees are totally contingent on us being successful for our clients.
Stewart, I could see a scenario where somebody might say they were severely injured, maybe even had a family member that was killed in a car crash and don't realize the airbag might have even been involved or a cause. What is your advice? Where do they start? Do they see if their vehicle is on that recall list first before they contact your firm?
Well, I think they need to contact our firm immediately, whether they think it's on the list or not, whether they think it was the airbag, because there are many defects in a car that compromise safety and could be the cause of someone dying or being seriously injured when it wasn't necessary or it wasn't something that should have happened. Mm-hmm. So my advice would be to contact a lawyer like our firm and find out if it's the airbag. If you have a car that is on that list, the list is public, but a particular lawyer that specializes in these kinds of cases can help you sort out whether it was the airbag, whether it was the seat belt, whether it was something involved in the steering or or perhaps the tires, just to go over the entire car for you.
Okay, great. Well, Stewart, thank you so much. As usual, lots of great information. Thanks for making some time for us today.
Thank you, Rob. Pleasure.
That's going to do it for this episode of Ask the Lawyer. My guest has been Philadelphia attorney Stewart Eisenberg. If you want the best information or you're ready to choose a lawyer that lawyers choose, make sure to go to askthelawyer.com first. Also, please take a sec to like, share, and subscribe by clicking on the button below. Thanks for watching. I'm Rob Rosenthal with askthelawyer.com.